welcome back to Long Island Tea. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. You are happy to be here.
I'm overcompensating.
Okay.
For the fact that I'm, like, exhausted.
I know.
And I'm over-caffeinated, for sure.
Uh-oh.
Because of that.
Yeah.
But, listen, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, all those things that I just talked about. So, it's just been so crazy.
Yeah.
It's, what did he say? It's Mercury in retrograde. There's a shadow.
Yeah, we are in that shadow.
I feel like it's like the, what is it, like when a comet goes and the debris?
After, yes.
The debris?
Yes.
So, you know what's helping us get through that is the wine of the week.
Absolutely. We are drinking Lenz 2016 Chardonnay, and it is absolutely delicious. You
really
know I
is.
love a good Chard.
I know you do. This is your jam.
Yes, my jam.
And Lenz is so good. I mean, Lenz Gerald is like, he's the guy that really made all this Long Island wine country partnership happen. He's on our board.
We had a guy.
We had a guy. We had a guy. I love it. And he's just the best. And Lenz is actually but even before I knew Gerald, I knew Lenz is always one of those Long Island wineries that's like their reputation precedes them as far as the quality of the wine. I mean, a lot of vineyards are known for different things, like the ambiance when you get there, or having a B&B, or having great whatever. Lenz is like known for the wine.
Yeah, because it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really so good. This is the 2016 Chardonnay. I think it's the gold label. I'm not sure. I would assume so.
What's it say? 2016.
Estate selection.
Yeah. So just if you and it's just I feel like it's a perfectly balanced Chardonnay. It's
made from grapes grown on a mature vine, barrel fermented and aged in small French oak barrels for 10 months, and the rich Chardonnay flavors are thereby complemented by the influence of the oak to create a well-integrated white wine.
I would say so.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I would explain it. Well integrated.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't have the articulation.
Yeah.
That the Lenz narration
label makers
have. Okay, cool. Well, today we are talking about Halloween still because it's the last week of Halloween, and I think Alyssa did some great research on, I think Caroline on great research on some Long Island stories.
Yeah.
Some that you've heard of.
Yes.
And some that you have not heard of. Okay, so let's talk about the most famous one because this was funny because when I'm reading this, you know me, I'm like
skeptical. Yeah.
And I'm right. Okay, so the most famous one is Amityville Horror
House.
And I didn't know that when I first moved here. I'm like, oh my God, Amityville is a real place, and it's here where I live now.
Yeah, and it's
so
funny
scary.
Because like a lot of people don't realize that it's based off of Long Island. You know, like a town in Long
Amityville
Island.
is a real place. It's in what, Nassau County?
Nope.
Is it in Suffolk County? And
it's on the border. Yeah,
it's on the border. Okay, so it's like kind of the middle of it, and it's a nice little village. Otherwise,
it's actually really a beautiful town where this house is located. It's like a little obviously downtown water village that we talk about all the time, but
now it's known for being horrific, which is great. But here's the story, which I thought was really interesting. Okay, so in 1974, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his 6 family members. This is so horrific. Parents and 4 siblings in their Amityville home. And then, so like a year later, this one family, the Lutz family, purchased the home, but they moved out after 28 days.
28 days.
Which that tells you something.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you know how long it takes to buy a Long Island house?
Yeah. Yeah.
The process is redonkulous.
I know.
And it takes forever.
So
for you to turn around 28 days later,
they're like, I gotta go.
Something happened there that's really bad.
I'm out.
That's really bad. So it's George and Kathy Lutz claimed to have been terrorized by paranormal activity. And they wrote a book about it in 1977, which led to the famous movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Which, that's so funny. I wouldn't, they wrote a book about it. Like,
yeah, so that's why I'm like, really?
Yeah, but the legend.
Yeah, but go ahead, because this is where you lose me on some of these things, okay? Like the first thing. Read the first thing of the legend, Sharon.
George would wake up at 3:15 every morning, the same time the murders took place. What was that loud bang?
That was my phone. It fell off.
Okay.
Sharon thinks we're haunted.
I just had a mini heart attack. What is happening?
Yeah, I should have gone away with it. Like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I should have gone along with it. I'm like, it's my phone. It fell. So he wakes up at 3:15 every morning, the same time the murders took place. But you know what? Same.
Yeah, I wake up at 3:15 every morning too.
If my house was based on being haunted by me waking up the witch's hour at 3:15, no, every day. Yeah. I'm like that weird cat clock.
Yeah. Oh,
in bed.
Yeah.
I'm cuckoo. 3:15. I just lay there and think of all the things I should have done or need to do.
Like that's hysterical.
So let's be real, George Lutz. I don't know that that's a. I don't know that means the house is haunted because you have insomnia.
The family heard voices of screaming.
Okay,
they smelled strange smells and saw green slime oozing out of the walls.
Okay, well that's how you know. Like, okay, that's
not real.
Is not. Well, I was gonna say like. That's how you know it's haunted. Like when you wake up at 3:15, that's dumb. Green slime starts oozing out of your wall. That's when you move.
Yeah.
That's when you move, for sure.
The front door and garage door opened and closed on its own in the middle of the night.
Also, I think that's totally common.
Yeah.
Front door and maybe not the front door, the garage door goes up and down. Like that's an electrical glitch. Your garage door is broken. Call someone.
Here's the thing with this is like they felt cold spots in parts of the house.
Okay. Have you like Long Island heat again?
Right. And especially if it's an old house, like it's drafty.
Yeah, no, not buying it. Not buying it. What'd you say?
The levitating.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Then that's, when you see your children and family levitating. Okay.
In their sleep.
Okay, that's...
Maybe a little crazy.
That's cause to move.
Although, here's the thing.
Anyone or anything starts levitating, yep, you go. You call Jeffrey Wands.
Here's the thing, though. It was the 70s.
Right.
So
they were doing acid, is what you're saying.
What's happening, George?
Yeah. Okay. So you think that they were on drugs?
I'm gonna say.
Listen, it was the 70s. Anything goes. But then this is why, like it says, the house was actually just sold last year for. This tells you something about the Long Island real estate market.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Amityville Horror House was sold for $1.1 million.
Right, and
that's
the
how
area
desperate
comps
people
are probably not comparable to that.
I don't know. $1 million house these days is like.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in that area. Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
But here's the funny story about that. My brother-in-law is obsessed with this movie, and he went to the estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and my God. Had the lines around the block for this house estate sale were insane. Like he was sending us pictures, and he like bought a mirror.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was able it was crazy.
Does he know it's haunted? I mean, the mirror is haunted. Of all things to buy, you buy a mirror.
Of course, that's what he wanted.
Like Marissa, who's here, she's going to tell ghost stories later because she's an amateur ghost hunter. I'm not sure if you're aware.
In case you didn't know.
She says, never buy a mirror from an estate sale of a super haunted house.
Ooh,
I mean, do you really need a ghost hunter to tell you that?
Right, that's true.
Like, of all things to buy a mirror? No. Why don't you just buy a Ouija board?
Dan and his brother are like seriously into this stuff. Like they love scary stuff, and I would like never like that.
Oh, no. God, no. In fact, I was going to tell you, as we're talking about haunted things to do, are you going to any haunted houses? There's a million of them.
Freaks me out.
There's a million zillion haunted houses, right?
But the one in Bayville?
Yeah.
Oh.
Scary.
Scary.
There was one today on News 12, and some of them are like a stretch. Okay.
Yeah.
News 12 was like, we're at the amphitheater in Farmingville, and we're behind the scene. We're backstage. I'm like, really? And that's a haunted, like, you're turning that into a haunted house now?
Yeah. Well, then there's a Gateway Playhouse. They do a ton.
Yeah. I'm like, some of them are.
What is it?
Dark Side.
Dark Side?
I think it's in Riverhead.
Oh, Dark Side. Is that one of those, though, that you, like, walk through the different rooms?
Corn mazes.
Weird. It's not really scary. It's got, like.
It's scary.
Oh, okay.
They jump out at you.
Yeah.
Okay, so they jump out at you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It freaks me out.
No, I can't.
No way.
I can't. Nope. So what I was going to tell you is I saw this article, and this is, I think, brilliant, okay? And this stems from COVID, and this is more my jam. Haunted car washes.
Oh, smart.
What?
Genius.
Why didn't I think of that? Because you can sit in your car and also get it washed.
Right.
While you
killing two birds with one stone.
Yes, and you're like safe because your car's locked.
Yep.
You can't come in.
Yep.
No one's breathing.
You can't touch me.
No one's breathing on you, especially these days. You don't want someone yelling, screaming at you, breathing air particles on you. No. Even in a mask. No. Oh my God. And so look, there's 3 of them. There's the Tunnel of Terror, which is the Five Corners Auto Salon in New Hyde Park, which looks amazing.
Wait, they call it a salon?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know. Feels bougie, right? I'm taking my car.
I'm going to the salon for the car.
I'm taking my car to the salon. I'm going to get it waxed. Smart.
Smart. That's some good marketing.
So, look, it's $45 for a carload.
Oh, my God. Seriously?
Right. But cool. Get this. The proceeds actually go to the Child Life Pediatric Program at the Cohen's Children Northwell Health Center.
Amazing.
Right?
That's so
So,
good.
you're getting a spooky experience safely in your car.
Yeah.
Your car's getting washed.
Yep.
And the proceeds go to charity. I thought that was amazing.
Bomb.
Also, there's another one, A Nightmare on Oak Street. Get it? This is at Johnny's Car Wash.
Johnny.
8.
Listen,
We're going
Johnny.
to Johnny's in
Johnny's Car
Copiag.
Copeg.
I'm like, Copiag. That's hard to say. Copeg. Let me tell you, for those not on Long Island, let me just, for my defense, how it's spelled. Copiague. Of course, that's pronounced Copeg. Why wouldn't it be? Okay. So in Copeg, the proceeds of that one go to the senior class of the Walter G. O'Connell High School.
That's awesome.
Copeg High School.
Yeah.
I'm like, my high school should have thought of that. My kid's high school. And
are you guys doing like trunk or treats?
I don't think so.
We're doing trunk or treats.
Oh my God, I don't think so.
And then
I don't think so. But this was funny. They do what they're. This is the one. There's one that's like they call it your car goes through a bloodbath.
what? Ew.
So gross.
So gross.
And then the other one is called Haunted Car Wash and Harry's Tunnel of Horror, and it's in Wantagh. It's at Wantagh Hand Wash and Harry's Express Car Wash. This one is about the same price. I think they're all about the same price. He was like, "Hey, this looked fun. I want to get on it." I'm like,
here's the
characters
thing
creep
about
up. Yeah, tell me.
These car washers.
Okay.
A normal drive-through car wash is like $16 to $18.
Right.
They are like scoring big time right now. $45 drive-through car wash to get like a haunted experience.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
This one is good. This is what Jeffrey Wands was talking about. The Lady of the Lake Ronkonkoma. Okay, I've heard this since I moved here. This one I actually feel like is legit because there's actually missing people.
Yeah.
It's like accountable.
It.
Yeah, accountable.
It's crazy.
Missing people or drowned dead people. So, and I like the story too.
Yeah.
It feels very Pocahontas-y.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that Pocahontas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. A Native American princess named Tuscawanta. As we know that there's a lot of Native American history and culture on Long Island, which is why I can't pronounce Copeg. A Tuscawanta who lived along the shores of Lake.
Is that type?
Oh, I was like Lake. Okay, I should be able to piece that together. Lake Ronkonkoma. She fell in love with an English settler named Hugh Birdsall who lived across the street. I mean, is this giving you Pocahontas vibes?
Yeah,
or what?
totally.
Her father strictly forbade her from seeing her love. And hopelessly heartbroken, she rode out into the middle of the lake and stabbed herself in the heart. I mean, it's like if Pocahontas met Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
If they had a baby,
Here on
it would
Long
be this
Island.
Lake Ronkonkoma story on Long Island.
Yeah.
And so now they say, the legend is, the Lady of the Lake still haunts Lake Ronkonkoma today, as Jeffrey was telling us, claiming the life of one man each year in search of replacing the love she lost.
Here's the thing. What happened to the love she lost?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. I need more information on that. What happened? He probably, he was fine. He remarried.
Yeah.
Or married
Settled.
somebody else. Yeah. He's fine. He was like, whoa. He was like, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. He's like, whoa, caught that.
Yeah, okay. Dodged a bullet. Crazy lady. So now, one former Ronkonkoma Lake lifeguard in the 60s, David Igneri, encountered, okay, this is where it gets really legit. He encountered 30 drownings, all of which were males. Some of the bodies took days to recover and some never surfaced. I mean, what are the odds of that? 30 that are all males? I mean, also, who else is swimming in that lake? I think women are just smart enough not to do that.
Yeah.
That lake is sketch. Have you seen
for
it?
swimming, because
No, I would never in a million years.
I don't know.
That seems super creepy and ugh. I wouldn't do it. And then you want to read the next part about the drownings, or do you want me to do it?
You can.
Okay, so between the mid to late 1800s to the late 1970s, there were a total of 160 drownings, but all male.
That's crazy. All but 3 were male.
Oh, there were okay, all but 3.
But this guy wrote a book, Alyssa said earlier, about this whole thing. I think that's insane.
And so they say that many who have swam in the lake claim to have an unseen force that pulls them towards the center of the lake and tries to drag them under. I'm
Was
going to
she
call
a
that
siren?
I'm going to call that Fireball. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's the unseen force is, it's booze.
It's like that.
Because they're like, let's go swim in the lake and see what happens.
Yeah, what happens?
Let's see if we can find the Lady of Lake
Ronkonkoma. Like that Pitbull song.
And the
Fireball.
That's my theory on this, is that a bunch of guys like think that they're going to
find the lady,
relive the myth or whatever, and then they you have to get
in.
Yeah, you have to get
There's
incredibly...
like legends that there's like tunnels in the lake. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Clearly something's going on there. So he wrote a book about it, and if you want to know more, you should read David Igneri's book about Lady of the Lake Ronkonkoma. All right, what's the next one?
Fire Island Lighthouse. We've talked about this before on the pod, where we talked about the old lighthouse keeper would spook the people.
Don't you feel like every lighthouse on Long Island is
creepy,
haunted?
Yeah.
They're all haunted.
Every lighthouse anywhere.
Right.
Right?
All haunted, I'm going to say.
Yeah. So in 1857, the original Fire Island Lighthouse was demolished and reconstructed in 1858. During the time, caretaker Nathaniel Smith was forced to live inside a poorly insulated shack nearby.
I mean...
Poor guy. While living in the shack during the harsh winter, the Smith's daughter fell ill and died. One night, the light mysteriously went out. When locals came to investigate, they found the caretaker hanging from a rope.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you're living in a freezing cold shack.
He's like, I'm done.
And your daughter was like, I'm like, you know what? And scene. I'm good here.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Visitors of the lighthouse report hearing the caretaker pacing through the lighthouse, racing up the stairs to the top to attempt to help his daughter.
Oh, this is a sad story. I like the Lake Ronkonkoma story better.
Moans are heard at the top of the lighthouse yelling for doctors to hurry. Oh my gosh. Some have even reported seeing the keep with a rope in his hand.
Oh.
Today, the lighthouse is owned by the Fire Island Lighthouse Preservation Society, and the tower is open from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily.
Okay, I've been there, and I didn't know the story, thank God.
Did you hear any moaning? Or
No, thank God.
Yeah.
I would have been, like, freaked out. That's all so sad.
That is sad.
Oh. Okay, so there's a lot of other places. I mean, like... There are so many places.
It's so funny because, like, you get Newsday emails, right? Like, so, like, every day there's, like, it's spooky or haunted or whatever.
Yeah. Coach House or Country House Restaurant. Like, okay, so Stony Brook, my neighborhood.
Yes,
literally
super
everything's
haunted.
everything in Stony Brook is haunted because it's been there for a zillion years.
Yes.
And it's where the Revolutionary War people lived. And so there was a lot of, like, war stuff that happened there. And so I told you, like, Three Village, where Kinsey works, Three Village Inn. They talk about how haunted that place is all the time.
Yeah, there's like a haunted tour there.
Yeah, the overnight guy, she's like, doesn't do anything. He literally stays there in one spot until the light comes up. Because Kinsey, she'll like, I get there at 8 a.m., but then he stays for 2 hours because he doesn't do any of his work until somebody else gets there because he's scared.
Oh, that's
he's
so
like,
cute.
He just stays later. He just stays there an extra 2
like,
hours.
I'm going to get my work done when somebody else is with me.
He's like, I'm not going any of these places because he hears stuff all night long.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm,
that's crazy.
And the Country House Restaurant, I've been there with our board member, Gloria Rocchio, who's like iconic legend. Mm-hmm. And talked to the owner there. By the way, this place, if you ever want to go someplace festive as we get into the holidays, like Christmassy, it is, it's almost overboard.
Right.
You're like, whoa.
Right.
It's a little much, but so festive and beautiful. But this place is totally haunted. And I don't know why. Like, what did they say? There's a daughter of a former owner was killed for being a traitor to the Patriot neighbors during the Revolutionary War there. But I was there one time, and Gloria, I was having a holiday lunch there, and she told me it's haunted. And, like, it's the place where all the older ladies who lunch.
Yes.
At the country house.
I love it.
And they were all like, oh, yes, honey, yes, this place. And they all had their whole story. They all had stories. I was like, I don't know why I believe it.
Right.
But I do.
But you do. Because,
they all, like, they were all like, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that's crazy.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. What else?
Old Bethpage Village restoration? Absolutely.
Yeah.
A ghost boy haunts the village. He was allegedly locked up in one of the houses on the property. Mysterious carvings in the woodwork have appeared. That place, I mean, it's phenomenal. Like,
it's literally called Old Bethpage Village Restoration. I mean,
but like, talk about going back in time. Like, if you want to go back in time and you take a tour of Old Bethpage Village Restoration, you can like drink root beer like they did. You know, like the type of root beer or the sugar cane stuff.
Yes, and you know what else is there is the Armor Museum.
Yeah,
is that what it's called? The Armor Museum. And let me tell you, that's we've got to do that on LITV because oh my God,
well, you
Chris,
did that experience.
I did
before. Yeah. Chris would love it.
Chris, you would love it. they do a whole reenactment of D-Day where you ride in the tank and you go through, and they have like full actors.
Yeah.
And they're blowing up stuff, and it's like, I was like, why? What is happening? What? But it was amazing, and it is so cool, and it teaches you. It's like living history. Living history. When we do LITV, we're going to do it. Chris is going to die. He's going to love it. It's totally
love
his
it.
jam.
Oh my God.
So I was saying this to somebody the other day that they didn't believe me, and I had to like Google the article and send it to them. Camp Hero in Montauk is the basis of Stranger Things.
Yes, people don't realize that.
Factual. It was supposed to be called, the real name of Stranger Things was something about Montauk. It was called like Mysterious Montauk or something like.
I know exactly. Yeah,
I thought it was like had
Camp
Montauk
Hero.
in the name. It had Montauk in the name, and Montauk was like, no.
Okay.
Don't associate. You know how Montauk. We're like, no, don't talk about it.
No, that's so true.
But it's like this giant weird antenna that was like a government experiment, and they say it's a time worm. Is that what it's called?
Warp?
Well, it's like a worm. What do they call it? A wormhole. A wormhole. I'm mixing up time warp and wormhole. And that people would come and go. Like that's the whole point.
That is crazy.
There was some weird government stuff that took place there. And that's, if you've ever seen Stranger Things, that's what it's all based on.
Absolutely. It's so creepy.
That's the coolest story.
Braden wants to be a Demogorgon for Halloween.
Really?
Yes.
Is that from Stranger Things?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I know.
And then you talked about the Gateway Playhouse. So what I thought would be fun, Sharon, we have a lot of haunted, like so much, and we have a blog, I think, about haunted things on Long Island. So you can check it out if you want to know more. But we thought it'd be fun if people told their ghost stories.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah, because ghost stories are very specific, and people have specific experiences. So
one of the things we didn't mention is the Sweet Hollow Road.
Oh,
in this aspect.
Okay.
That's like definitely a Long Island thing. Is Sweet Hollow Road in Melville or Huntington? It's like kind of border. Is supposedly haunted, and it's a creepy story. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God.
But
Sharon's really creeped
that's
out.
the thing where, like, in high school, that's what you did on a Friday night, is you and your friends got in the car and drove to Sweet Hollow Road and then went to Sweet Hollow Diner for cheese fries. But
that sounds fun.
Literally, so we went to Sweet Hollow Road one night, and we would do it every weekend just to see what we could do. And there's a graveyard there that's like prehistoric, and it's crazy, and like there's so many things, so many different stories that can go along with this. Alyssa can talk to that. But one of the nights
Alyssa, you have Sweet Hollow Road stories too?
Yeah.
Not really, but...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's supposedly like a cop that haunts it that doesn't have a skull. It's creepy.
There's no skull? There's a cop with no skull?
Like no back of his head.
That's a total teenage... there's a cop here.
There's a cop here. Absolutely. But one night, me and my friends went there, and we played hide and seek in the graveyard. And... that's like the thing. What is happening? You
I don't know
keep
what
doing this? I don't know, but it's like spooky
I feel
stories.
Like, yeah, I'm like
get the
moving around.
heebie-jeebies.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, we went and played hide and seek in the graveyard, and like all of a sudden I hear somebody saying, Sharon.
Oh my God.
Sharon. And then wind chimes, and then I blacked out, and the next thing I know I was in my friend's car. Like, what happened to you? Are you okay? What's going on?
Were you drinking Mad Dog 2020?
Probably Zimas with Jolly Ranchers.
Zimas!
That's probably what I was drinking.
I need to know more information.
But that was like
scene.
my experience. I remember all my friends standing around me being like, what happened? We were calling your name. I'm like, somebody was calling my name. And so there were wind chimes as well. And then...
Can I ask you an important question?
Absolutely.
Is that similar to the experience you had after the director's meeting today when you
collapsed?
passed out? And did you hear wind chimes?
No wind chimes.
Because we were all standing over you like, hello.
I went to go grab Nikki, and I was like, Speaking of, she has some spooky stories. We should have called her.
What?
In.
Where is she?
Yeah, she's totally
yeah, we should call Nikki in here. Do you think Discover Long Island, like my office, is haunted and made you pass out?
Maybe. From the past experience.
Wait, what, Chris?
We met some lady who said that the elevator's haunted.
Oh, dear God.
Somebody got, murdered in the elevator.
What?
Yeah, and
there is that one.
Chris, come in the mic and talk about
Yes.
that.
That's all I know.
No, so Chris says that somebody says the elevator is haunted. Also, and Alyssa's right. There's one elevator that constantly has that weird fabric thing up. I'm like, why? Why is it always under construction?
That's the moving elevator. That's like if you're getting a big delivery.
I'm like, why don't they ever finish the refurbishment of this elevator?
They put these like protecting things up.
Marissa, are you checking into our elevators being haunted right now? What is this face you're making? Yeah, no, yes. I feel like...
Marissa, come tell your ghost story.
Do you know, I'm here late all the time. Okay, I work late at night. I don't like to come in. Yeah. Like, I come in later, but then I work late. And
wait, grab a glass, Marissa.
Yeah.
Drink some wine.
And we have an extra bottle of wine open because we're going to bring the staff in for their stories. And we're bringing in Marissa right now because I need to know what you're thinking about. I need to know what you're feeling as our office ghost hunter. Marissa, what did you find out?
I didn't find anything out about this office, but there was a Citibank that somebody was found in. So I don't know if the woman who told you the elevator was haunted got her addresses messed up.
Oh, okay, good.
Interesting.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Thank God, Marissa.
So should you
bring your equipment and can you cleanse the elevator so that I'm not being attacked by ghosts?
We just need to order a bunch of sage.
Yeah, if we have a bell, I can go sounding it out.
Is that what you do?
You could use pretty much anything. Lavender, basil.
Huh. Well, first of all, welcome Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
Our communications manager. So tell me how you got into ghost hunting.
I guess it starts as a child. Somebody read me a book about leprechauns in preschool, and then...
That's super scary. Leprechauns are terrifying.
Yeah.
No one tells you this. Leprechauns terrify me.
Yes.
They're
so
weird.
mean.
It's like, what is it, Rapunzel? What is that?
Leprechauns are evil.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I told my mom I saw them coming from our little attic. We had like a pull-down staircase. And I was like, there's a leprechaun coming out of there. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And I was in hysterics. She had to call my teacher and be like, what did... I was like 4, 5.
Oh, my God.
She's like, what did you read my kid?
I would have been like, honey, where did he say the gold was?
Do you know
Focus.
It's true, though. Like, yeah, my kids went through that, too. Like, with the whole leprechaun story. Like, you got to catch the leprechaun.
Yeah, there was a horror movie about leprechauns, right? Like
yes, there's so many.
Oh, is there a lot? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the leprechaun.
So, and I'm super excited, by the way. And if you want to see more on Marissa and Bree and their paranormal activity, we have a Long Island TV episode out right now. It's amazing. Chris crushed it. I have to say, with the graphics,
crushed it.
It's really. I'm kind of wondering. I'm afraid I'm going to lose Chris to what's that paranormal show that Ghost Hunters.
Yes, Long Island.
Chris is going to go work for Ghost Hunters television on like TLC or whatever.
I was
the
totally
show
creeped, and like Marissa was there.
It's
so like
crazy.
It was real. That place is really haunted.
Right.
But you have a specific ghost story.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear your ghost story.
So my friends, when I was up at school, I went to SUNY New Paltz. Go Hawks. We stayed at this house. It was their house, but it was pretty much like my second home. And we realized in the beginning, once we moved in, that like we'd place something somewhere and then it would just kind of go missing and it would turn back up in the same place that we remember leaving it, but weeks later. So we figured there's so many people in the house, somebody's cleaning, whatever. So nobody ever admitted to moving anything. And then this one day, it's me and my one friend Shane. We were in the living room playing some video games, waiting for everybody else to come over so we could cook dinner. And I was going to light a candle because, boys are smelly.
Yeah.
And so I asked him if he could get the candle lighter out of the little, nightstand that he had next to him on the couch. So he pauses his game. We're both in blankets because it's cold out. And he's seated on the couch directly across from me. So I see him with the lighter in his hand. He tosses it across the room at me. There's maybe 100 feet between us. When I tell you the lighter disappeared in midair, we could not find it. We both got up. We took the blankets off. We were shaking them out one at a time. Nothing.
Were you drinking Zimas?
No.
With
She's
Skittles?
Too young for that.
Jolly Ranchers. Right. No. They don't make Zimas anymore. Sorry.
She was probably drinking Loco or
Not yet. Not yet.
Were you drinking High Noons?
There was no alcohol involved up until this point. Afterwards, there was probably
100%.
wine.
Right. You were like, where's the... Yeah.
Took apart the couch, moved all the cushions out. We were sticking our hands behind it to see, we saw it in midair, and then we didn't see it.
Wow.
And a couple months later, my friends were moving out, so me and Shane look at each other and we're like, we're going to find this lighter, because we told everybody about it. Lighter never turned up.
Nobody believed you, right?
Nobody believed us.
Yeah.
But it was a specific lighter that had one of those cool designs, which was why we kept it in the drawer, because we didn't want to lose it.
Right.
And so we're moving the furniture out because the landlord's like, the next person doesn't want any of this stuff. Please get rid of it. So we're outside and we're like, we're going to rip the bottom off this couch and see if it fell into a hole or if there was not. There was no holes at the bottom of the couch. It looked like a new couch. There was nothing there.
Oh my God.
The lighter is still missing.
Oh, it never reappeared.
Never reappeared.
I was waiting.
No.
I'm like, never reappeared.
Oh my God.
And so that was it. You never had it probably still continues. Did you ever do?
bet
I mean,
you. I
did
bet
you
you
with
they're gonna find it.
with your sense? Did you?
Yeah, we tried. So I got an EMF detector after that and a little
that's
recorder.
Oh my
I
God.
never really. The recorder was kind of hard. We thought we picked up some stuff, but it was always inaudible.
But
so.
it picks up everything, right? Like it
Yeah.
picks up radio waves, everything like that.
Yeah, so with the recorders, you can use any standard recorder. It'll pick up things that you don't hear to your natural ear.
Sharon and I are going through this wine faster than usual. I'm just
sorry.
going to say for the viewers,
Drink.
for people who are watching, because
LITV episode-
this is stressful.
It is so stressful. It's so stressful. But the LITV episode, like watching it, it's
crazy.
creepy.
No, it's cool.
With the sound recorders
and you
that you're
definitely
talking
felt
about.
it. You were totally drawn to the second
Yeah,
floor. You said.
As soon as I stepped on the property, I'm walking around the outside of the house taking videos, and I see this upstairs room, and I'm like, what is going on up there? And I couldn't get my eyes off of it. So I'm like, all right, there's something up there. And then I go into the house, and again, like, feeling like I want to go upstairs. And Connor, one of the guys giving us the tour who actually works at the museum, said, like, does anybody want to go upstairs? I'm like, yep, me.
Whoa.
We're
When
the
are we
stairs.
going?
Yeah. And so we're up there. And I'm like, yeah, like, this is the room that I want to be in. It was, I think, Clara's room.
Clara's room. I saw that. The way
creepy.
Chris puts the
Clara's
story together
room.
too, and then he zooms in on
On
the
her
Clara
painting.
portrait. It's you guys have to watch it. It's so good.
It's wild. And so we're up there, and I'm like, this is so weird because you feel like you've traveled back in time, like you're out of touch with reality almost. You're just like, we're not in 2021 anymore. Where am I? Let me go home.
Yeah.
And so we go back downstairs, and Connor's like, yes, like, what'd you guys think? I'm like, that second floor room, Clara's room, I don't know why, but I didn't want to leave. And it was almost like you weren't present in that moment. And he's like, yeah, every couple of tours, we get like 2 or 3 people who say that there's something about Clara's room that draws them to it.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, maybe you
And
should.
you didn't want to leave?
No.
You wanted to hang out there the whole time?
Yeah. Like,
Oh
if they
my God.
left me there.
Oh, God.
Nope.
That wasn't what they had in the other room.
Me and Bree recorded the intro, and we get to go on the tour. So we get the paranormal team in. We get Connor to come show us where we're going to set up the equipment. Chris checks his camera before we enter the next
No.
room.
Did you have a Ghostbusters moment?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the camera just stopped working. He had to reset the whole thing.
Chris was
And
so
then-
worried that it was going to happen like
He knew it.
Ghostbusters. He was
He
like,
knew.
I'm going to have to keep. Yeah, I watch Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? They drain the battery.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you please knock it off right now? And
Stop your nonsense.
Ghostbusters was also 1987.
But it happened.
And it happened. Oh my
Crazy.
God.
It was wild. Then he
So what
fixed
happened?
it,
You fixed it.
and then the mic went out.
It turned like
I'm going to say, though, the mic always goes out. I'm not going to lie. Chris, every time we go on an LITV episode, this is where I'm like, okay, you're waking up 3:15. When green stuff starts oozing out of the camera,
That's when it's crazy.
that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, the mic goes out. Mic goes out every episode. Come on. Chris, am I right? The mic always goes out. Come on. Now, the camera
Chris
not
is like,
working.
no.
Yeah.
No, it was haunted.
Everybody was into it. I have to say, I totally felt the vibe on the episode. It's really
Yes,
awesome.
I did too.
Yeah, and Bree had an actual
life experience,
moment, which people say happens to people, and she didn't know. And I love the way you captured it, Chris, on the show, because you capture her reaction.
Well, let's get Bree on and let her tell it.
What, Marissa? Anything else? Are you?
No, that was pretty much.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was my
That's
good one.
Thank you for sharing,
That's a
Marissa.
good one.
All right,
you.
you get to keep your glass of wine.
Yeah. Next.
I know. So Bree was also there at the show, and you get to see her entire reaction. And
On
as it
on
happens-
film. Like,
before
you see it.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Chris
It-
totally.
it's so awesome. And then Chris like rewinds it and shows it multiple times. So I love the way you get to see. You had no idea what was happening, and then he starts to explain to you. You're like, oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So, well, we went into the basement.
Okay.
It was the creepiest thing. You can't see anything in front of you, first of all.
But you had no flashlights, nothing.
We had like a little camera light, like you can
A
kind
little
of see it. And
tiny
then
bit.
he had a flashlight, so if we wanted to see anything, he would like put the flashlight over there.
Chris or the tour guide?
The tour guide.
Connor,
Okay.
the tour guide. Yep. And he actually started working there, and then he started feeling things, and he started hearing things when he was alone in the building by himself. So he called in Long Island Paranormal Investigators and was like, we need to get this place checked out. So the Long Island Paranormal Investigators went there, and they were like, this place is filled with activity. This is definitely something here. So now they have like a permanent residency there. They do the tours.
Permanent residency.
Yeah. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
The Long Island paranormal investigators, like, they just live there now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Connor became part of the Long Island Paranormal Investigators.
Oh. I have a feeling Marissa's going down that road too.
Yeah.
She's joining.
Yeah.
And Marissa, they need some female energy, that group. I'm going to say I support that. I support that.
And the ghost, what's his name? Sarge. In the basement. He likes the female energy, apparently. So.
Well, you wore a skirt.
Well, you looked adorable because you're hosting the show.
Right.
Like you always do, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So we went in the basement, and Connor was telling a story. And, I was kind of like a little creeped out, but like I also wanted things to happen, And he's telling the story, and like I felt something touch the back of my leg. And then you could see in the video, I look behind me and I look at Marissa. I'm like, did you just like touch the back of my leg? But like, I'm like, no.
You were like, this is getting weird, Marissa.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. This is my dance space. This is your dance space.
My square.
Yeah.
Stay in your square.
Yeah.
And I explained to her that like my skirt was nowhere near the back of my leg, and it's one of those skirts where it's like stiff, so it didn't touch the back of my leg. And I didn't want to interrupt him because I was like, did I really feel that? He was telling a story, so I'm like, I don't know.
What's happening?
Yeah. And then he started saying how the ghost is known to touch girls' skirts or pull their hair or something.
And you were like,
and
oh
I was
my
like, wait,
God.
I swear. I was like, I felt
and
something on the back of my leg.
You can see the moment where
Yep.
you flinch
Yep.
and you look behind you like, and you're puzzled. You're like, what is...
You could totally see it on your face.
And then, and he's in the middle of talking, so you're being respectful and not interrupting him.
Yep.
Because you're hosting a show, and we're like listening to him say. And then when he says that, you flip.
Yeah.
You could see it on your
and
face.
it's really a genuine reaction. Like,
It
I kind
is.
of wish that I like overdid it because I really felt it, but like it's a genuine reaction in the video.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
I can't believe Chris got that too.
Yeah, and then Chris, there's this whole other part of the video though where it was funny because we were talking to Nikki and I watched it and Chris was like, yeah, and this one part where they saw something white and I'm like, that looks like a reflection of a light.
Yeah.
And Nikki goes, oh my God, I knew you were going to say it. I told Chris, she's like, I told Chris, Kristen's going to say that's a reflection of light. And Chris was like, there was no light. It was pitch black
That's
in there.
why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Was there, like, who had the flashlight?
Yeah.
Connor or whatever. But you said
Chris didn't have any light
That's so crazy.
on his camera. And then we went over to the crawl space in the basement. And he was like, this is where it's most haunted, whatever. And then they shine the light over there. And then as soon as like they were like taking the camera off of the crawl space, they said that's where the most activity is. That's where it's most haunted. I saw something white. I swear to God, like I saw something on the bottom of the crawl space, like run across, or like a little white something.
Like you said, you thought it was a mouse or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, do you guys have like, and you can hear my genuine reaction in the video too. I go, and like, I didn't say anything because like I don't know if I was seeing that. Like, what did I just say? And Connor was like, what did you just say? And I was like, I swear on everything, I saw something white run across the crawl space. And then in the video, after Chris looked back at all the footage, you see a little white orb come from the crawl space where I saw something, and it comes out.
You guys.
And it's like a stream. It's a line.
Freaking out.
You guys were a hot mess when you showed up the next morning.
I know,
They're all dying
they
laughing.
all
They're all
were.
dying laughing because I'm like, you guys. They were like, wait till you guys see it.
You gotta
Oh my
watch.
gosh.
You gotta
And then
watch.
Chris,
But
like I said, Chris turned it around ASAP so you
Because,
could see it.
and then also, like Chris literally all day that day when he was reviewing the footage, he was like, you got to see this. Come here. And
Yeah, he said he was pulling literally everybody's off. He was like,
Oh
check
my
this
God.
out. Come look at this.
it was
But
crazy.
I've never seen or felt any ghosts or anything in my life, and this ghost tour was insane.
That is so cool. Everybody should go to Discover Long Island and Why on our YouTube right now. Which, by the way, I heard today we have like almost 1.2 million views now on that page, which is crazy.
Wow, that's
right?
amazing.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
By the way, cheers, you guys. And Chris isn't
Chris.
drinking wine, but Chris.
Alyssa, are you drinking wine?
Oh, Alyssa's empty. We got to get her
'Cause
some
you
wine.
need a ghost story, Alyssa.
Listen.
I have a little story.
Okay, we'll have Alyssa because you gotta have a ghost story to have wine. Okay, you gotta pay your dues. Okay, Alyssa.
Okay, so Katie's of Smithtown, another haunted spot on Long Island. The story here is during the Prohibition, bartender Charlie Klein was caught serving alcohol, and he got in a lot of legal trouble, and he took his life. And they say that he still haunts the bar. Guests and employees have seen a man dressed in 1920s garb. And then other reports state that wine glasses have flown off the shelves and people hear
Katie's
footsteps.
of Smithtown.
It's like a...
It's by the
it's a little
railroad
bar,
station.
yeah.
Oh, it's by the...
Yeah.
What? I've been to Croxley's. Is that different than... It's across
Across
the
the
street.
street.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And it's a bar?
It's a bar. It's kind of a little hole in the wall.
Okay. I want to go there.
But everybody says
I like
it's on.
literally want to go
It
there.
has
Yeah.
actually been on the show Ghost
Date
Hunters.
night.
Oh!
Yeah, and it's been on a lot of shows before.
Yeah.
On camera.
Yeah.
Just on it.
Nikki just walked in and was like, oh, my God, it's so hot in here. I'm like, it's because it's haunted.
It's haunted.
It's always hot in here.
Okay.
So I actually went to this bar. My cousins and I were really into this app, Ghost Radar. Right?
Oh my God.
So it supposedly it senses the sensors in your phone, in your smartphone. It supposedly picks up like paranormal activity, and it has these words that flash across the screen. I just put it on, and it says child. And when Bree was telling her story, I put it on, and it said attempt.
Wait,
Don't-
what does child mean? Like there's
Well,
a child present?
It just picks
What
up
is
random
this app?
words.
It's called Ghost Hunters?
Ghost Radar.
Ghost Radar.
Oh my God, we
Yeah.
gotta write this down.
So I went there with my cousins, and we turned this app on.
Yes.
And it said Charlie on the app. Like the name Charlie came up. Now I think they've changed the app since then, because this was probably like 10 years ago. And it used to have like words constantly flashing on the
What
screen.
is it saying right now?
It just still says child. Like now it's not picking anything new up.
It's not picking that up for me.
It said
Nope,
before, when I
me
first
either.
turned it on, it said bicycle, policeman, and attempt, and now it says child. So I don't know what that is, but Charlie is the name of the bartender. So it said
bartender
Charlie.
that died?
Yeah.
Oh my
And we
God.
didn't know
Katie's,
that.
yeah.
We didn't know that until we told the bartender that was working there that night.
You're like,
I
We're
know,
like,
it's
oh, we have this app, Ghost Radar, and he rolled his eyes. He's like, everybody comes in here with this app, and then he's told us the ghost name is Charlie, and we were
Wow.
like, we saw the name Charlie on the app.
Creepy.
So that's my little story.
I love that story. I'm totally going to download that app because...
Yeah.
And go to Katie's in Smithtown. It's actually a fun bar too.
It is
Little
a
hole in
good-
the wall,
it
but
is a good
they have
bar.
live
So it's
music and-
across the street, like on the opposite side of Croxley's or next to it?
Like,
Because
It's
I
by the
would say,
train
like,
station.
directly across, right?
go on the train track, so it's on the other.
Oh, I might have been there. Is it? Yeah, maybe I have been there.
It's like red and black on
Because
the
Smithtown
outside.
is a great, like they have a great
Yeah, it's a
downtown.
Yeah.
cute little
tons
village.
of cute little
Yeah.
bars and restaurants. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Oh my God.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's some good tea. Like the app, I love that. It's
Yeah.
like okay, all right, Nikki.
Okay, so I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. So it was several years ago. It was when me and my husband had moved into. It was we rented the bottom half of a house, kind of like a split level house, and we were only in there for about 8 months. But it was when we were expecting our first baby. So we had 2 bedrooms in there, and we had the one nursery. We had it all set up for her.
I went with this is the house we went to.
No, that was
Oh,
we-
different.
Before this,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I hurried and moved out of this one to go move there.
Okay.
So it was where we brought our oldest daughter home, and we had it all set up, and we were only in there for a few months. And when I was pregnant, I didn't feel anything. I felt like it was, it was fine,
Right.
normal. But we were also just so busy getting it ready.
Right.
So right after we brought her home is when like everything started to happen, and it started to go down. And at first it started to just be like a weird feeling, but then I was like, I just had my first baby.
Yeah.
You know,
Am I,
so like I'm like, okay.
Hormonal, whatever.
Exactly. So then a few months go by, and my daughter's crawling, and she's like sitting up by herself, and it started with just like little waves. Like she would wave. It only would happen like around her bedroom. So she'd wave into her room.
No,
and, like, yeah.
this is like poltergeist.
No,
She's like,
it's
stop.
creepy.
She's
It's
like, they're here.
petrified. And at the time, my husband worked all the time, so it was just me and her. And I would like call my mom, and be like, "Is that normal? Do babies do that?" Just like randomly, she'd just be like, and they're creepy. So, and what I would do is I had like a little bouncer that I would attach to the door, and she would be able to bounce in. Okay. So after a little bit, we would see orbs on the monitor and like all this other like typical stuff. But again, me and my husband are like, no, this is stupid. Nothing's
Stop
happening.
freaking out over nothing.
Stop freaking
Right.
out. Exactly. So then one night she actually had fell asleep with us on the couch, and the bedrooms were right off of the living room. So she fell asleep with us right on the couch, and we put on Maleficent. It had just come out at the time. And all of a sudden, we like hear, it kind of starts behind us where her bedroom is, and all of a sudden we hear her bouncer like move a little bit. And it had like a little rattle on it, so it's just like you hear like the little thing, and totally ignore it. Totally ignoring it. And then all of a sudden, I'm not even kidding, I can't believe I'm saying this. It filled up the whole doorway, and it was the whole profile of a man, like brim of a hat, you could see the nose, you could see like a baggy shirt, tip of a boot, and it literally walked from her doorway into, it crossed over our bedroom doorway, which is right where we were, and just like walked as if somebody walked past the door. So the whole time, I'm like, this isn't happening. I swear, so sorry. I was like, this isn't happening. Then all of a sudden, I feel my husband, like, he's like, please tell me you just saw that. Please. And my husband is so just like,
Right.
dismissive.
You were like Bree, so I kind of like, but Dre, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No. When Dre starts to say it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, please tell me you saw that. And I was like, what did you just see? He described it to a T, the bill of the hat, everything. And it was completely black. Like I had my bedroom light on at the time, and it was just the outline of it. So total chills, right? So
And you were like, and Zillow.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So literally
Craigslist.com.
hopped on Trulia.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Hopped on Trulia, and we were out within 2 months. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm so afraid. And then we ended up finding our condo, which was the best place
adorable.
ever.
And then that led to your new house, your beautiful house.
But the best part is, like, I remember you coming into the office telling
Right?
us stories about that. Like, you would walk in and be like, white as a ghost. And I'm like, hey, Nick, what's up? And you're like, last night was not good.
Uh-huh.
It was
That's crazy.
I was literally telling Bree that before. I was like, Sharon was there when I was going through it, and I'd be like, you're going to think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
But this is happening. Or Autumn was up all night. There was orbs on the monitor. Like this sounds insane.
Yeah.
But it totally
But, like,
happened.
now,
and
like, we're in
changed
the
everything.
video monitors where you can see everything on the TV screen. And you're like,
Yeah. What the monitors, yeah. Well, I think that, the reason why there's such a phenomenon about these stories and why is because everybody seems to have some kind of experience, right? And so clearly the reason why there's such a frenzy about these kinds of stories is because everyone can relate. And if everyone can relate, that means there must be something there.
Yeah.
And if people like it, I mean, you love to hate it.
You love to hate it, 100%.
The app is going crazy right now.
What?
What's it saying?
happening?
With Nikki's story,
It said
go-
Maria, and it has like a thing pointing this direction. It said Maria, plant, and calm.
Oh my God.
weird.
The app is going crazy towards Nikki. What's it saying? Maria, plant, and calm. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but I should check because, okay, part of what I didn't say, but what I was telling Bree is when I went to my psychic, it was one of the first times I went to him that now everybody goes to. He told me that where we lived, it was like it was haunted, obviously, but they were coming out because babies are very like open to that.
Yeah.
Like babies are very like in tune with the spiritual world and all that. But what was also adding to it is our landlord's daughter that lived like literally right above us. She had just lost somebody, which ended up being true. I didn't know. I knew that through the psychic, but I found that out later, like as we were leaving. So I wonder what her name was. I don't remember. I remember
Maria.
I got to see Maria. That's the only other thing I could think
Maria
of
and
otherwise.
plant and what else?
And then calm.
Calm.
I don't know. That's weird.
Whoa. The fact that the app went crazy during her story.
What is happening over there?
Yeah. What are they? There's like
You
a
have the
whole.
app on?
It's conspiracy, whatever.
Wait, what?
It said fall and broke as it's pointing over.
It says fall and broke. That's me.
But Sharon was talking about how she was-
She fell and I'm broke
Oh, okay.
because my
All
daughter's
right.
going to
Yeah.
college.
Uh-huh.
I know.
So true.
And that's the same app. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this app. Marissa, you have
the
it
same
too.
things coming up?
Spewing out words, and
Yeah, I think
right
it's-
before Nikki sat down, it said be quiet. Then right before you started telling the story, it asked how do you feel, and you immediately responded with I didn't feel anything. In the
Oh
house."
my God, this is so
And
weird.
It said help me.
Oh my God.
What's around me? It's creepy.
I feel like I have spiderwebs.
So I don't know if you
feel like
in case you can hear that, Marissa said she got the app. Everyone got the app during this time.
Everyone's
downloaded it
downloading.
because we're like live. I'm going to download it immediately after. And it said, "How do you feel?" As soon as Nikki sat down, and then Nikki immediately responded like, "I feel what? I didn't feel anything." This is so weird, you guys. I love this haunted episode. It's I don't know,
Amazing.
Nikki. It's creeping me out. I don't know. It started off like fun and light, and now I'm
And
like,
now we're like
fully,
Nikki's story. Like
I'm fully creeped out.
Legit.
But I think it's part of Halloween. It's part of what we do on Long Island. There's so much spirit here. There's so much history here. I think it's great. And download the app. I had a bunch of celebrity to talk about, but we're gonna have to get to it next time. Love you guys.
Wait, next week is our 1 year
my
anniversary.
God. Okay, Sharon, thank you. So next week is our 1 year anniversary. We have a very special show. We're going to do special giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, we did a cool giveaway. So Maria Fernandez won our Howie Mint.
Maria. There it is.
Maria!
Oh my
App said Maria. I did not.
Oh
Everyone
my
just
God.
flipped out.
Oh my God.
There it is. There she
Maria
is.
Fernandez won
I wish the
our Howie
camera was
Mandel
on
tickets.
Alyssa right now
That was
because
the best.
Alyssa was
Alyssa's
like
dead. Alyssa, like, I'm like, are you okay?
We all looked at her.
That was the best.
Alyssa like spit her wine back into
Oh,
the cup.
my
also,
God.
don't drink out of that cup because that's Alyssa
Everybody's
spit her
got their
wine
own
back in.
separate cup.
Maria Fernandez. Maria won the Howie Mandel tickets. Maria, oh my God, our app said that about that.
That's so crazy.
That's super scary.
It also told us to calm down because it
And
didn't
to
say
calm
calm.
down. Calm. You need to
That's
calm
hysterical.
down.
You need to calm down.
Okay, as Taylor Swift would say.
Yeah.
Also, Jason Brown won our Rose Hill.
Jason Brown,
And
we
he
were
was
so
cute.
excited.
Yeah, and we did the random thing. They posted the,
The
video. So
randomizer.
you can watch it on Instagram if you want to watch the randomizer. But he won the Rose Hill, and it's so cute because his girlfriend is pregnant.
Yeah,
right.
so
They're gonna
cute.
do
And
like
he's
a
like,
baby
"Are you
moon."
serious? I won? Are you serious?
He can't believe it. He's like, I'm baffled. I can't
so
believe I won.
cute. I'm so excited for them.
More giveaways to come. So stay tuned.
Yes.
And it's thank God Halloween's over. It's full.
Cheers.
Let's do this.
It's
Cheers.
full.
All right. Bye.